Alright, ladies and gentlemen, well, in 30 minutes time we are going to be getting the JP live stream where we're going to be seeing the characters. Pretty much we're going to get all the info that we have been waiting for. Because for anyone who doesn't know, I believe the update, I think the update's tomorrow or the next day after. I don't know. Either way, this is where we're going to be getting all our information. Unfortunately, I don't know where the English live stream is at. I don't know if they're even planning to do one. It's all a mystery right now, but yeah, so it starts in 30 minutes from when I'm recording this, so we gotta get on with what I want to do, and that is, there was a bit of an interview, I believe with the JP side of things, when it comes to gaining a little bit more information on what they've got planned for, one, the future, and two, with like upcoming content, such as like the new job change, etc, of course. So yeah, I kind of went through it all, and obviously from the very beginning they were just kind of talking about how pleased they are with how the game is doing. I mean, to be fair, the game is doing pretty nice, right, in terms of the downloads and the revenue that they're making. I mean, yes, there's issues and whatnot, but I mean, you know, we'll see where the game goes. We'll see where the game goes. But yeah, like I said, going through it, they were just saying how popular the IP is, how happy they are with like people playing it on PC, of course, and not just on mobile devices. Although I want to say mobile devices are getting absolutely hammered. Well, it depends actually. But yeah, going forward, just talking about the performance of Sun Jin-woo, how he affects the game, as well as obviously being able to play with the other hunters. Talking about how level up max. Okay, so like, you know, they're kind of talking about the previous update pretty much, and just the game overall. Now, a bit of a touch-up was made on the guild situation, where obviously it's going to be 50 hunters per guild, regardless of what server you're on. So that's obviously been confirmed. They've also confirmed that on the 22nd, being... Oh, 22nd, okay, there we go. So the update's happening on the 22nd, because they did extend it by a day. If you guys didn't know, the update has been extended by a day. So the guild system is in place for this update coming. And it seems that with the guild being in place, guild raids will also be in place, which I'm hoping for the guild weapon to then be a thing, because I feel like the guild shop has to be a thing at that very moment. They've also mentioned about the buff situation for guilds. So by leveling up the guild, you can earn a guild score, and the guild leader can activate or upgrade guild skills. All guild members can receive the corresponding effect as shared... I don't know what that translation is weird, but it's basically a shared buff, and the guild level can be increased through guild missions. So we've got the guild score, which I assume will probably come in effect from like the big POD, right, power of destruction number 2, if you want to call it that. And then from that, there's going to be certain missions that we can do, which will affect our levels, of course. So yeah, by the looks of it, it's going to be keeping us busy, and the incentive to actually try, yeah, will give us buffs overall, which will then effectively help us out in the long run for, yeah, doing well overall as a guild on obtaining more score, higher score through the boss rate and whatnot. Okay, so that's something that that now we know of, so that's fantastic. Now, they did speak about the new job change. So as you guys know, with the new job change, there's always a bit of a requirement. So what they have confirmed is your battle power has to be, your combat power for Sun Jin-woo has to be 90k, which I feel like for the average player we're okay. Yeah, I feel like for most we're okay. It's also requiring you to do floor 35 on Battlefield of Trials, so that might be a bit of a sticky one for some certain players. And then it's asking you to complete Chapter 15 on hard mode. From what I'm seeing, it seems that people have surpassed that and gone to Chapter 18 for the average player, from what I've seen. So that's pretty much the complete requirement needed. And then from that point on, you will get the Reaper skin for Sun Jin-woo. You'll unlock the new job change, and then the new skill will be unlocked, being Sonic Stream. Alright, so 90k power level, floor 35 on Battlefield of Trials needs to be cleared, and Chapter 15 hard mode has to be cleared. Those are the 3 requirements for the new job change. So pretty much if you have all those done, then realistically the new job change, you just have to win the fight, and then yeah, bada bing bada boom. So we'll see how difficult that is with the new job change. Okay, so moving along. So yeah, they stated that with Hansemi, they will show her within the broadcast, so we are going to be getting gameplay of Hansemi. I don't know if they're going to show Go. Hopefully they do. Fingers crossed. So yeah, this stream is going to be fairly interesting to see how broken she is. Yeah, so obviously part 2 for the summer swimwear. We've got character. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. Bit of a closer look. Jeez Louise. Okay, hold on a minute. What is going on? I kind of like the red version. Jeez, this artwork though. Yeah. All right, and then we got Emma. Not a fan of that one, to be honest. And then we got the alternative Hansemi, of course. I kind of mess with this though. I don't know what it is. I kind of mess with this. So another thing that they spoke about was, as you guys know, every 3 weeks we get content. Now, for me personally, I kind of like it how it is. But they are aware of like how certain, well, that you know, some feedback was given back to say that maybe kind of pick up the pace a little bit. But with an answer to that, they've said we don't intend to run the game in a way that exhausts players by having events and additions every week. We hold events every 3 weeks so that players can play without feeling pressured. However, I think some people may feel that it's too long, so I think we're running the game at a good cycle where players can have expectations in advance by knowing the information in advance. Well, I mean, would you care to drop information about today's update? No. But no, I do prefer the 3 weeks, even though the final week technically is a kind of a dead week. I do prefer dead weeks at times, just to kind of give it's nice to kind of give you time to kind of, you know, gain back the resources and prepare for summons, etc. I don't know, I just prefer the 3 weeks gap, to be honest. That's kind of like my thoughts on that. Also, so it was asked about like doing tournaments and events, of course, and to that is something that we're currently developing a system and functions necessary to hold the tournament. Once that is in place, we need to ensure that the tournament is entertaining, so we would like to thoroughly discuss and consider holding the event. So if you guys don't know, there is a tournament happening. It's for KR though. I assume what they're probably going to do is use the KR tournament as a little bit of a tester, just to see if it works out, and if it does, then they'll probably bring it out globally for every other, for like JP and Global, etc. of course. But yeah, the tournament side of things was spoken about, like a time attack event tournament, and yeah, so they've announced one for KR in the summer. I assume that's going to be like a testing phase of it, and then yeah, if it works out, then I assume they'll bring out some tournaments for solo leveling Arise, and we'll see how that plays out. That should be interesting. Now, the last thing that they said, so obviously, just to confirm, the guild situation, because of course the way they worded it being like, oh, you can use Sun Jin Woo and 9 other hunters, that is confirmed as PvE. That is confirmed as PvE. It is not online. There is no multiplayer going on. However, to end it off, they said there will be a major update in the future. So I'll do my best to make it go beyond only one level. Obviously, the translation, but you guys get it. Only one level up and become only only I level up. Did I say one? Oh my god. Only I level up and it become only we level up. So I mean, they're really keeping it quiet, but it would be stupid not to look into doing some sort of multiplayer for the game. I mean, looking at solo leveling Arise, I mean, the game itself will do well if they even apply co-op. But yeah, as a little bit of a hint, they have kind of stated that yeah, in the future, only we level up multiplayer. Come on now. A nice way to kind of sneak it in, I will say. So also, before I get, they did speak about the roadmap, and that the next big content that they're really focusing on is going to be December, but because of the guild content being delayed, it has affected the roadmap. So we'll see what happens in terms of content releasing, but the Baron is still scheduled for September, but December is going to be where they're going to try and keep the schedule with Goto Ryuji, the Jeju Island, all that content, of course. So that will be fairly interesting. But that was just kind of like the brief little talk summary that they did within this little interview, of course. Certain news were very insightful. Obviously, with the stream, that is when we're going to get all the juice, so that's going to be fantastic. But just wanted to give you guys some info ahead of time with what was spoken about. So yeah, we've got the info on the job change, a few information on the guild side of things, and a little bit of a hint of online play being in the works for the future. I love it how they worded that too. Sneaky of them, but yeah, fair play developers, fair play. Oh, also before I forget, yeah, Alpha did a bit of a mistranslation, which is a-okay. It seems that the A3 passive adds the break effect to the ult, and it seems it's supposed to be almighty break. We're cooking. Alright, look, Go is looking very scary right now in terms of like ass looking. But I do believe that, and I said it before, I feel optimistic about how they'll buff up Go quite nicely. So, and one of the things which I wanted from Go, if he was a breaker, give us the Hunter with the almighty break, and lo and behold, bro, both of these characters, my answer, well, yeah, my answers are being, no, what, mate, my answers are being answered. What?